Private Wealth Chief Market Strategist Jim Thorne. Jim, you know, this is no surprise to any of the viewers that have seen you on the show. We know you told us, you warned us this kind of thing can happen, but many wonder how it happens and why it keeps happening.
Charles, first off, it's for your ability to allow us to talk about the facts as we see them. It's unique and it's a breath of fresh air, and your viewers should revel in the fact that this is one of the only places on Wall Street that you can get the facts.
Thanks.
No one should be surprised about the BLS. Everybody knows the data has been tainted. So let's just be honest. President Trump did not get a level playing field when he took over office. And the growth under Joe Biden was an economic mirage. We have been talking about this for a long time, Charles, you and me. Nobody should be surprised. What is surprising is how Wall Street, the consensus, is now finally giving minor lip service to what we have been talking about to your viewers for a long period of time.
You know, to that point, President Trump posted a long message on Truth Social. We've got part of it here, but it gets to the heart of what you were talking about, right? And of course, ultimately saying that the Fed needs to be fixed. I've been saying that. You've been saying that for a long time. The question, of course, is how do you fix it, right? This stuff is marbled in. It's the Fed, it's the BLS, it's all this stuff. And then after that, what should be done with respect to rates? You know, I mean, should the first one be at least 50 basis points?
I think it should be 50. We should be at neutral right now at 275. You know how I've been chatting about the fact that if you take a rate cut, it takes 2 years to get into the system. Imagine taking a pill and having to wait 2 years for it to take effect. The rate cuts today will not be felt until 27. We've been talking about this. So the question is, why has the Fed been so incompetent? Is it political? Are they incompetent? I can't believe the fact that they've got 1,000 PhDs and they didn't see this data coming. So the Fed is political. Monetary policy needs to be independent. I don't think anybody in the Trump administration is saying anything different, but what they do have to stop is this mission creep and just focus on their very narrow responsibility, right, which they have been failing at terribly over the past couple of years.
Now, in the meantime, we're seeing bond yields come down. Even the 30-year bond yield, which is amazing because a lot of people say, well, the Fed shouldn't be aggressive in rate hikes because the long end will go up. I mean, it just feels like the experts, not just at the Fed, but all these financial experts, I don't know, it feels like they keep getting it wrong. You've talked about this as well. As far as making money in this environment, let's talk about that because you say focus on interest rate areas. Two that you like, I know, are the home builders and regional banks.
Yes, rates are going to come down. They're going to come down substantially. What we don't know is how President Trump's supply side policies, how long it will take to kick in to cushion. So rates are going to come down. Housing is going to kick in. Regional banks are going to be able to benefit from the refi. And then as you go down the stack, Charles, who wins? Well, it's going to be Home Depot wins. There's going to be furniture companies win. What happens when we have a housing renaissance? What are all the plays? Where is the vertical? What is in that vertical where if you look 5 to 6 quarters out, right, you can start picking off very nice companies that aren't in the mainstream vernacular right now.
Hey, I just got 30 seconds, but you also say stick with the AI trade, at least like Broadcom and NVIDIA, despite the fact that there's such a large already percentage of this market.
Yes, but I would say that they're not the only game in town. So I would suggest broadening out your views. But look, we're going to have a massive rally here, and AI is going to be a part of it. Don't give up on it, but I would suggest to you it's not the only game in town anymore.
Great stuff, Jim. Always appreciate you, man. You've been calling it right for a long time. It's unfortunate we got to learn the hard way. Talk to you again real soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Charles.